You don't need to take our word for it. Toyota, Hyundai, Ford, Subaru, Hyundai, every major manufacturer is now shipping vehicles with factory LED lights as standard equipment on most trims. This next myth is honestly kind of funny because it usually comes from people who've never really installed LED headlights before. The myth that LEDs are complicated or time-consuming, or that you need a mechanic to do the job. In reality, installing LED headlights is usually one of the easiest upgrades you can do on your vehicle. Most LED upgrades take between 5 and 15 minutes. That's it. Studies from parts retailers show that about 85% of vehicles require no additional parts at all. Just remove the old halogen bulb, plug in the LED, twist it in place, and you're done. 9 out of 10 customers who buy LED bulbs install them without any professional help. And there's also this other fear about access in newer vehicles. People assume modern engine bays are too cramped to work in, but a lot of newer cars actually give you more space behind the headlight than older models. Some even have removable access panels, so you never have to reach in from the top. And LED bulbs today are slim, low profile, and designed to fit inside the same space halogen bulbs occupied. So this idea that your car isn't going to have room is simply not true. Now, let's talk about the worst case scenario, because that's what scares people the most, right? Even if your car is one of the uncommon ones that need an extra part, the list is very small. At most, you might need a dust cap adapter or a CANBUS decoder if your car has a sensitive electrical system, or a simple screwdriver to remove an access panel. That's about it. You don't need to rewire anything, you don't need to splice anything. There's no risky electrical steps involved. Another thing that makes the installation easier than people expect is the connector design. LED connectors are usually shaped so they can only be plugged in one way. They are key, so you really can't mess this up unless you really jam it in there. Even polarity issues are really simple. If the bulb doesn't turn on, you flip the plug around and it works. It takes 2 seconds. It doesn't require any technical knowledge at all. Another detail that most people overlook, the tools you need for almost every LED installation are either nothing at all or a simple screwdriver. That's it. You're not disconnecting the battery. You're not running the wires. You're not modifying anything. You can open a jar. You can install LED headlights. So, no. LED headlights are not hard to install. They are simple, they are fast, they are designed for everyday drivers, not professional mechanics. For most cars, the process is easier than changing a light bulb in your kitchen. And the moment you turn them on, the improvement is obvious. All right, now that we cleared that up, let's move on to the next myth. And this one might surprise you, that the idea that an LED headlight can damage your car. This next myth sounds scary because it usually comes from someone who heard something from someone else who half-read a forum like 10 years ago. The myth says that LED headlights can damage your electrical system, that they overload the wiring, burn out fuses, stress the alternator, or even harm the battery. And all that sounds dramatic, which is exactly why it spreads. But when you understand how car electrical systems actually work, the myth falls apart instantly. LEDs use less power than halogens. A standard halogen bulb pulls about 55 watts. A typical LED equivalent draws around 20 to 25 watts. This means LEDs are actually easier on your wiring, easier on your fuses, and easier on your alternator. It's the opposite of anything harmful. If anything, your electrical system gets a break. Think of it like replacing incandescent bulbs in your house with energy-efficient LEDs. The whole system just kind of relaxes a little. When your headlights draw less power, your alternator doesn't have to work as hard to keep everything charged. Less alternator load means slightly less engine drag, which means less fuel is being used over time. You see where this is going? It's not a huge number, but it is still real, and it does add up through your systems. LEDs actually help your electrical system, not hurt it. And a lot of fear comes from the CANBUS systems. This is where people misunderstand kind of what's happening, what it does. Some modern cars modern the electrical load from the headlights. When that load is lower, which happens with LEDs, the car thinks the bulb is burned out and freaks out. That's not damage, it's just the car being confused. A CANBUS-ready LED or a small decoder fixes it instantly by telling the car, hey, everything's fine, don't freak out. People also tend to worry about fuses. A fuse blows when something pulls too much power. LEDs pull less power. They're less likely to blow a fuse in halogens. This is literally what fuses are designed for, and LEDs operate well under that limit. Modern vehicles are also designed around low power draw lighting because almost everything on a new car is already LED. Brake lights, interior lights, DRLs, fog lights, turn signals, automakers build cars assuming LED efficiency. So adding low beams or high beams fits perfectly into how the car was engineered to operate in the first place. Now to the topic of quality. Cheap, low-quality LEDs can have poorly designed drivers that send inconsistent signals. That can cause flicker or odd behavior. Not damage, just annoyance. High-quality LEDs, like Auxito, use regulated drivers that deliver smooth, clean, protected power. They're built specifically to avoid issues. It's why quality matters. With halogen bulbs, they run extremely hot. That heat can crack dry, aging housings, dry out wiring insulation, and even warp plastic over time. LEDs run cooler. They reduce heat-related damage. That means your headlight housings actually last longer when you switch to LEDs. And cooling fans are another big thing that people worry about. They imagine these fans drawing huge power or requiring special wiring. In reality, LED cooling fans use less power than a phone charger. And passive cooling designs use zero power at all. As always, there are simple best practices. Use the correct bulb size, seat the connection firmly, and make sure that the bulb is locked in properly. That's it. There's nothing complicated here and nothing dangerous. So no, LEDs will not damage your electrical system. They draw less power, they run cooler, protect your wiring, and work perfectly with modern vehicles as long as you use a well-engineered bulb like Auxito and install correctly. Your electrical system is completely safe. Now, this next myth might be the most misunderstood of them all, that the LED headlights are too white to be safe. So, next myth is LED headlights are too white or too blue, or that their color is somehow unsafe or even illegal. You'll hear people say things like, white light is harsher on the eyes, or those blue-looking headlights are definitely illegal, or even LEDs make it harder to see in the light. And the problem is, most of these ideas come from a mix of outdated experience with early LED technology and a whole lot of misinformation that just never got corrected. Here's the thing, not all white light is the same, and understanding color temperature changes everything. Now, we've talked about color temperature in other videos, so we're not going to go too much into this, but as a refresher, halogens sit around 3200 Kelvin, which gives you that classic warm yellow glow. Most modern LED headlights, including factory ones on new vehicles, land around 5500 to 6500 Kelvin. That is a clean, neutral white light that is specifically designed to mimic natural daylight. So when people say LEDs are too white, what they're actually reacting to is just the fact that LEDs look different from what they grew up with. It's not a safety issue, that's just familiarity. Now, here's where biology comes in, because this is the part most people never actually hear. Your eyes actually perform better under neutral white light than under yellow halogen light. The rod cells in your eyes, which are responsible for low light and peripheral vision, respond more strongly to cooler white spectrals. That means under LED light, your peripheral detection actually improves. The animals, the edges of the road, pedestrians stepping off the curb, with debris in your lane, all of these become easier to spot. Yellow halogen light actually washes out certain colors and hides hazards that white light reveals. And on that long drive, halogen yellow creates more eye strain because your brain has to work harder to process a spectrum that doesn't match natural light. LEDs are closer to daylight, so your brain processes them more naturally, which reduces fatigue over long distances. And here's the historical context that puts all of this into perspective. Halogens were introduced in the 1960s. They were a major upgrade at the time, but they were never designed with modern visibility science in mind. Then came HID xenon lights in the early 2000s, which were actually more blue and caused more glare complaints than LEDs do today. Modern neutral white LEDs solve problems that both of these technologies created. The shift to the white light was not a trend. It was a deliberate engineering improvement backed by decades of lighting research. You don't need to take our word for it. Toyota, Hyundai, Ford, Subaru, Hyundai, every major manufacturer is now shipping vehicles with factory LED lights as standard equipment on most trims. They didn't do that because LEDs look cool. I mean, they do look cool. They did because white light increases visibility. It reduces night fatigue and helps detect driver hazards earlier and matches the color of daytime running lights and interior lighting so the entire system feels cohesive. Manufacturers switched because data told them to, and regulators approved it because the safety case was clear. Okay, next we gotta address the blue LED myth directly, because this is where people get a little confused. The headlights people complain about, the ones that look almost purple or electric blue, are not true LED headlights designed for safety. They're usually cheap tinted bulbs or very old HID setups. Modern LEDs sit in the white zone, not the blue zone. Auxito designs their bulbs around 6,000 Kelvin, which is the same clean daylight that we use in factory settings. That color is legal and comfortable and effective. Additionally, white LEDs actually perform better in the rain than halogen yellow does in most situations. Blue-white scatters in water particles, which is why cheap blue-tinted bulbs struggle in the rain. But neutral white, which is what Auxito produces, cuts through the rain effectively because the beam is focused and the color sits in the right part of the spectrum. Now, for true heavy fog conditions, yellow light at around 3,000 Kelvin is still the preferred choice because yellow penetrates fog particles better than any white light. This is why Auxito offers fog light LED options in that range. You can get white for clear and rainy conditions and yellow for fog. You can actually choose based on your climate and your driving needs. Visibility study shows that drivers detect road hazards about 15 to 20% faster under white LED lights compared to halogen yellow. More detection time means more reaction time. More reaction time means fewer close calls and fewer accidents. White light's not harsh, it's not illegal, it's not dangerous, it's just better. Long and short, LEDs are not too white, the color's not unsafe, it's not blue. Modern LED color temperatures are designed around human vision, backed by automotive science, adopted by every major manufacturer on the planet, and improvement to make the night driving safer. As long as you're using a quality LED like Auxito with the right color temperature for your conditions, you're getting the clearest, most natural view of the road possible.